We head to the final quarter with Nevada winning 22-20 here at the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, the inaugural bowl. And, of course, you got to have a punt, pass, and kick contest when it's under 40 degrees and you've been sitting in the stands all the time. Now, they first have to punt it, and then he runs up and he has to throw it from there, which will set up how long his field goal will be. And the guy actually got one off here. Then he had about, a 30, 40-yard field goal attempt?
You know what I see when I look at this, Ron Thulin? I see 2 pulled hamstrings and a thrown-out shoulder. That's what I see right there if I had to go out there and do that right now.
Well, if he would have made the field goal, his mortgage would have been paid for a year. Instead, he's got to find those 2 guys a ride home tonight after the game.
See, we got to get these guys the proper gear now if they're going to come out here and do this. He's out here with some baggy jeans on, the wrong shoes.
No, the guy previously in I guess the end of the second quarter that did it with the cowboy boots, that was the best.
Yeah, come on.
I don't think he got it airborne, did he? So Colorado State will begin the fourth quarter with the football, facing second down and 15. And they'll keep it on the ground. Dawkins picks up a big chunk of yards over the 35 up to the 38-yard line. Makes third down a little more manageable right now. You know, this Colorado State offensive line, the coaches call them fanatical, led by Sam Carlson, the outstanding right tackle. They're starting to impose their will right now in Nevada.
Hey, Dawkins now up over 50 yards, 58 yards actually, averaging 4.5 a carry. Nice quickness on that one. Getting outside, jump cut, and getting north and south. Very impressive running backs for both teams tonight. This Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl.
Looking for Higgins. They find him. Tries to spin away from the coverage, but he does get the first down. So Hollywood Higgins, he has 6 catches tonight, over 90 yards. He has at least 1 reception in all 38 games he has played for Colorado State.
I think it's Hollywood time, Ron Thorne.
I think it is, too.
I think it's time to open this thing up, get him a little breather, get him some water, get this thing out over midfield and work it down. Find a way to get him into the end zone. 6 for 92. He's done a lot of the short stuff, made some nice moves after the catch. You see him having a big one before the night's over.
Again, just running the football. Oden doing a nice job. Gets a couple out of the play. Want to remind you, for enhanced viewing and interactive experience, watch the live stream right now on CampusInsiders.com. Once again, a lot of interesting material on that website. 22-20 our score. 13:30 to play in the ball game. Dawkins checks back into the lineup at running back for Colorado State. Sammy Long goes to the far side. Little delayed play to Dawkins. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a half a yard. Here's a running back that had 151 yards rushing versus UNLV. He's been nursing a hamstring problem. Matthew Lyons coming up to make the tackle, the senior out of Los Angeles, California.
But I see what they're doing offensively. They're trying to soften up that inside. Force Nevada to commit an extra defender to the box. They try to chuck one over their heads. They're going with trips to the left. Let's see if they open this thing up and put some air in the ball here.
Well, now they got Izzy Matthews in the backfield. Matthews swings out, but instead they throw it for the first down, and they got it complete to Higgins. You said they were just giving him some water, trying to get him just a little rest time, and then they're going to start going to him.
So Hollywood Higgins about to heat up. You see him here working from the inside receiver position. Now, I like the ball placement there because he tried to keep Higgins from getting blown up. Looked like the defender on that play closing in was Jackson. He puts the ball, protects his receiver. Nice veteran pass by Nick Stevens.
Well, he's 15 yards away from setting a new Colorado State receiving yard records for a career, over 3,600. Go back to your ground game with Matthews. Only gets about 2.5 on the play.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. What you're doing is you're keeping that defense honest. You say, you know what, we're going to come out and give you a little bit here to show you that we will run it. You can't just sit back there and play cover 2 with 2 high safeties playing on the hashes because we might run it inside. And you know we've had success. We've moved the ball on the ground. So you got to play us honest. That's how you keep a defense on their heels.
Second down and 7. Everybody looking over to the sideline. Matthews at the top of the I formation. And he'll try that left side. Takes a big shot, but not before he gets down to the 38-yard line. Monica, you have more on Dalen Dawkins.
Yeah, you guys can see on the screen now, that looks to be a left arm injury. I just noticed that he's working with the trainer. Now he's walking off. That'll certainly be something to keep an eye on. But I have a sense, Doug, and you tell me if I'm wrong, in a bowl game, if he can suck it up, he'll be back.
Exactly.
Hey, you know it. It's the last one of the season, brother. Hey, I used to always have, if I can walk, I'm playing.
Exactly.
I can walk, I'm playing, man. You know, he's dinged up now, but don't be surprised if number one's back in there toting the mail before this ball game.
Well, his dad, Ralph, was pretty tough running back himself, played for Howard Schnellenberger at Louisville. Here's Oden. Penalty flag comes in. He gets right down to the first down marker. We do have a little yellow hankies out there.
Holding, offense, number 54, 10-yard penalty, third down.
And you know what? That's a drive killer right there.
Big time.
10 yards back, you're moving the ball well, you're throwing it well, you're running it well, you're picking up yards where you need. You're not getting in long down and distance, and then you do this. Now you're looking at third and long.
Now that's the 5th penalty for Colorado State tonight. They've only had 11 in the last 3 games.
And the old saying goes, the playbook, there ain't a lot of plays for 3rd and 11. There's a whole lot for 3rd and 1.
Stevens will call out the signals. Vaden, bottom of your screen. Joined by Joe Hansley. He is the 3rd down kind of guy. He's in the slot now on the bottom. Now we've got a timeout, Colorado State. I think Bobo did not like what he saw.
They got to get this one right here, Ron. They got to get this right. You're down by 2 against a team that can move the ball on you. You move the ball well, and penalties have backed you up. You had a 3rd and 1. That's a 3rd and 11. You got to get this one right.
Yeah. You look at Dick Stevens, number 7, obviously a very famous number in Denver with John Elway. But when we were at practice on Sunday at one of the local fields here, I'm watching him walk, and I thought, my goodness, he is bow-legged like John Elway. He walks just like John Elway. And so I started asking the coaching staff. They said, yep, that's pretty much what he walks like.
They kind of waddle. John Elway had that kind of pigeon-toed waddle. Never know, man. You never know what he may walk away from here after when his playing day is over at Colorado State. He may put up some numbers like Elway.
Well, he's only a sophomore. 2nd team All Mountain West Conference. Number 1 in the Mountain West with 21 touchdown passes. But now he faces a daunting task. 3rd down and 11. Just about 5 minutes gone by here in quarter number 4. Matthews will remain in the backfield. Higgins will go to the top of your screen. They're giving him about a 9-yard cushion. They fake it to Matthews. Here comes the rush. Dumps it off. Tried to just find Matthews. Wasn't able to do it. Just outstanding pressure again from Seau.
Guess who? Number 8. When you need him. You know what? And it makes it easy for down linemen on 3rd and long. Because you know what? They can put their hand in the dirt, pin their ears back, come after the quarterback. Look at the situation here. They have had an issue there. That time Nick Callender, left tackle, had an issue containing Seau. That's a slower developing play because you need to pick up big yardage. If he were under center, it's a 5 to 7 step drop. From the shotgun is about 3 steps back. Need more time. Seau does not give it to you.
Hayden Hunt, who's on a bunch of All-American teams, punts it away. Sellis will get the fair catch at the 10. And with that, we'll step aside. 22-20 is our score. Nevada with the lead. They'll have the football when we come back.
On game day, we define incredible by doing the impossible. Because success on the field requires an unwavering commitment to academics, service, and leadership off the field. Some say we can. We're not big enough. Never heard of us. On game day, we'll change your mind because every other day, we change the world.
The Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl is presented by CampusInsiders.com. 9 minutes, 53 seconds left in the ball game, and Colorado State, that was their first punt since the opening quarter at the 4:06 mark, and that was only the 3rd punt overall. But you were talking during the break, Doug, about how big that last play was before the punt.
the holding penalty backs you up 10 yards, knocks you completely out of field goal range. Even if you don't convert, you pick up some yardage. That would have put them in the lead for the ball game. So now they're still down by 2 and have to give the ball back to a Nevada offense that can definitely move the football.
Well, they'll begin play at the 10-yard line. Jackson in the backfield again. And he's got it. Up over the 15, close to the 19-yard line. That'll be a pickup of over 8 yards for Don Jackson. He has become quite the leader of this offense. And when Butler came in last year as a freshman, coaches said we knew he was going to have to be another running back, and they were wondering how Jackson would handle it. Jackson goes to Butler and says, okay, we're going to come in together, and obviously he's hurt right now. And he has really helped that young man, James Butler. Butler told me on Monday that he's kind of Jackson's little brother.
Absolutely. You like to see the bond that the two of them have. And it's tough sometimes when you're the man, you're a senior, and a young guy comes in.
Yeah.
You know, he was a junior when Butler came in. A younger player comes in and starts pushing you for playing time. A lot of young men don't react well to that, Ron Thulin.
No,
a lot
they
of
don't.
young players, they're not mature enough to handle that. Jackson handled it, took the kid under his wing, and they both blossomed as players. Let's just hope that Jackson, whatever he's got going, is not too serious of an injury to keep him out of this football game, because what Nevada needs right now is a nice 3.5, 4-minute drive. These offensive linemen, they're all jacked up. They know they're going to fire off the football, run the ball out of that pistol formation that Chris Ault made so famous here. Well, there in Nevada, and try to kill this clock.
Well, they continue to work on Jackson. Butler will be in the backfield. 1st and 10. Left side, cuts back. Getting pushed back before he gets to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the play. Well, Campus Insiders is you covered for the rest of the bowl season. In addition to today's game, visit CampusInsiders.com for updates directly from our teams on site at the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Then tune in as Campus Insiders follows the semifinal winners to Glendale for college football's national championship week. Go inside the college football playoff at CampusInsiders.com. Prediction: Oklahoma's going to beat Clemson.
Who you got in the final game, Ron Thorne?
I got Oklahoma. I haven't decided my second one yet.
I got Bama and Oklahoma.
There you go. I like that. Butler up over the 25 to the 26-yard line. I just like the way Oklahoma's playing right now. They got a little revenge factor because of last year in the bowl game. And I think their defense is going to step up to the challenge.
Love Baker Mayfield. I think Oklahoma has the best total defense in the college football playoff. And Samaje Perine, that's a man right there, Ron Thulin.
Man-child. And Joe Mixon, then you got the freshman.
Yeah, he's back. And Samaje had the huge freshman year. They found him late, went to the running game. Oklahoma's a very dangerous football team.
I agree. Now Nevada facing 3rd down and 4. Stewart will throw it. Scrambling away from the pressure. Hits as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Colorado State with a hold, and they'll force the punt.
I tell you, this Colorado State Rams defense has really made some big plays, in particular on 3rd down. In the NFL, we call 3rd down the money down. On offense, you got to convert. Defense, you got to hold. They ain't paying these players no money.
That's right, exactly.
This is a scholarship down for Colorado State, because they're earning those scholarships on 3rd down defensively, getting Nevada off the football field.
And there's Alex Boyd. He will kick it away. Joe Hansley only needs a little bit of space. Had 2 punt returns for a touchdown versus Fresno. He's number 1 in the conference in punt returns. He glides to his right, says get away from it, and everybody does.
Solid field position for the Rams.
Absolutely, and they will have the football trailing with 7:05 to play when we come back. Colorado State has the football trailing by 2, 22-20. For additional in-game and post-game coverage, follow the live stream on CampusInsiders.com. And I encourage you to go on that. Still a lot more to come even when the game ends, courtesy of Campus Insiders all the way through college football playoffs. So Colorado State will take over, and you and I were talking during the break. They have the ability to run out this clock. I mean, 7:05 is a long time, but the way they've been playing in this 4-game win streak, they could do it.
Yeah, they control their own destiny right here. Offensive linemen, do your job. Quarterback, do your job. Skill guys, do your job. Eat the clock and at least get down in the field goal range, because a score of either kind puts you in the lead in this football game.
Now, Oden will be in the backfield. Higgins on the near side. Good job picking up the ball, Stevens, and he finds Higgins. and he has a new record for total receiving yards in Colorado State history. More importantly, he's got the first down to the 40.
And I know his mom is excited right now.
There
Her baby's out here putting on a show for Mama. She surprised them. They almost bobbled this snap. You can't give Higgins that type of space. You're not going to be successful allowing him a free release off the line. Got to get inside, get up in his chest.
Yeah.
Can't let him get inside position in a free release.
Now they have the luxury of just going back to the ground game with Oden. And he'll get close to another first down, and he probably has it. You know, we've been talking the whole game about the cushion that Nevada is giving Higgins.
And you don't give it to a guy like Higgins. That's the type of guy you have to be disruptive. If you're going to commit to stopping him, get a corner in front of his face, maybe bracket him every once in a while, bump him, get physical with him, get him off of his route. But you can't let him get free inside release. Look at the numbers, 8 for $123. I told you, Hollywood Higgins is heating up late in this football game.
And he is that. Now he's at the top of the screen, joined by Hansley. Oden. Nice little stutter step, gets down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play as we go inside of 6 minutes to play in the contest.
You tell your running backs, hang on to the ball in traffic, both hands on it. You tell Nick Stevens, snap the ball with single digits on the clock. The clock is our friend and Nevada's enemy right now.
Well, Izzy Matthews is checked into the backfield as Higgins goes to the top of your screen. Matthews, nice little stiff arm, powers his way inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, this young man, he's only a freshman, did time running the football the last 5 games, great future.
Hey, you know, I call those runs right here, Ron Doolin. This is one of them get in the weight room type runs. You see Matthews get inside, so get in the weight room, get up off me, okay? I'm telling you, hey, that young man, they got him listed at 215. I'm 215, Ron.
No, he is not 215.
He ain't 215.
He's got 82 yards on 10 carries, 8.2 average. And he'll do it again. Inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line, clock running inside of 5 to play.
And if I'm a DB right now, I'm telling my front 7, come on, hey, y'all get 35 on the ground because I don't want any parts of him once he got a 9-10-yard head of steam coming at me. Over 100 yards total offense for Matthews tonight.
Why not keep it on the ground with Matthews again? Gets close to the 10 as we check in with Monica on the sideline.
Hey guys, we're talking so much about the ground game. Another contributor, Dalen Dawkins. He just had that left wrist retaped. This tape actually went through his fingers. Doug, maybe you can elaborate on why a trainer would do that. They were able to put his glove back over the new tape job. He's still working with the trainer. The glove is coming back off. They're going to make some adjustments, but it looks like he will try to get back in this game.
Looks like it might be a hand injury of some sort, and they tape through the fingers to try to support and give that hand a little more stability with the tape providing stirrups. But it'll be interesting to see if he gets back in, if he can hold on to the football properly, because they cannot afford to turn the ball over right now.
On 3rd down and 5, looking for Matthews on a flare-out. Penalty flag is thrown. Matthews immediately went out of the flat, and he got hit before the ball even got to him.
And guess who got back there again?
Oh, they're going to call it a hold against Colorado State.
Holding. Offense, number 60, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, Trey Moxley, a backup left tackle, tried to keep Sayal from getting in.
And you know what? Hey, it don't matter who they line up over there in front of 8.
Tackle.
Yeah, he took him down.
Yeah,
it's a nice open field tackle by Moxley on that play.
He got 2 points on the takedown.
But yeah, I tell you, number 8. I don't care who he got. He's giving all outside offensive linemen, tackles, tight ends. He's giving all of them the business. Whether he's getting back there and getting to the quarterback or not, he's wreaking havoc off of that end.
Now it's 3rd down at 15. Oden checks into the backfield. Higgins at the top of your screen. 3:50 to play in the ball game. They are within field goal range at this point. Looking for Higgins into the end zone, overthrown.
And that's the timing. We talked about it. That's the timing that these two, they don't have as good of timing as Higgins had with Garrett Grayson. And it's okay. But these are the throws right here where there's timing. Take a little bit off that ball, time your jump a little better. Know your athlete, know your receiver. You can read his body. And now they're going to attempt, looks like a 38-yarder here.
Wyatt Bryan will attempt, as you said, a 38-yard field goal. His long on the season is 44. He's 4 of 5 coming into this game from this distance. High snap. They get the ball down on the way. And it is good. So Wyatt Bryan with a 21-yard field goal, a 30-yarder, and now a 38-yarder to give Colorado State the lead.
ASN is hard-hitting college hockey. ASN is pulse-pounding college basketball. ASN is high-flying dance. ASN is your team, your passion, your network.
The situation is this. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the ball game. Colorado State with a 1-point advantage, 23-22. Nevada will get the football. Wyatt Bryan set to kick it away, and Elijah Mitchell standing back inside the 10-yard line, already with a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. We were joking during the break. If you kick to him, you should be kicked off the team.
Yeah, don't kick that ball to that young man. Keep away. Play keep away from him. 28. That's what you got to play right now.
Rodney Lawson is on the near side. He's only returned 2 kickoffs this season, but that's who you probably want to aim to. Bryan's kick, and it's going to go to Mitchell right at the goal line. Cuts back up the middle, still on his feet, spins his way over the 25 to the 27-yard line. That's where Nevada will begin play with 3:34 left in the contest. Let's check in with Shay.
Yeah, guys, after Colorado State scored that last field goal, I was over here on the sidelines, and a lot of encouragement going on, if you will, from the coaching staff. Coach Brian Polian walked over to his team and said, let's go, guys. Let's not get behind. Another member of the coaching staff was walking up and down and just said, we know what to do. It's going to come down to the last play of the game, but we know what to do, guys. Everyone's cheering on each other. These players are patting each other on their back. A lot of energy. Everyone's ready to go.
Good report. That's exactly what we think from a Coach Polian team. Here is Butler. Up the middle, crosses the 40 up to the 45-yard line.
And see, here's
they're going to say he's down to the 43.
Here's the question, Ron, is that you ask, was that field goal enough?
That's a great point.
You know, they got some points out of it, puts them up by 1, but the way that Nevada's able to move the ball, they kick another field goal, it's their game again. You know, did they have to get a touchdown, which they didn't get?
Here's Stewart going a little NASCAR on us. Over the 50, inside the 45-yard line. Here is what the 2,000-yard rushers have done tonight. Jackson didn't start the first quarter, has been limited in his number of carries, but Butler a big night tonight, including a 77-yard touchdown scamper.
Yeah, if you're getting 200 yards rushing from your running back position combined, doesn't matter if it's been split up between 3 guys, 4 guys, 2 guys, you're getting those type of numbers from the running back position. That's the keys to victory. You're going to win a lot of football games like that.
And here is Butler, and he is stacked up after a gain of 1 as we go inside of 3 minutes left in the ball game. Once again, Brett Zuzo, an outstanding field goal kicker. He's got a 20-yarder, a 37-yarder, and a 41-yarder already tonight.
And Jackson has on no helmet, which may mean he might be done for the night, so it may be Butler's show from here on out.
Stewart throws it behind his receiver, Hassan Henderson, who makes a great catch and gets down to the 20. Good heads-up play by Henderson.
But then do you slow things down here if you're Nevada? You slow it down and score. Don't give the ball back to Colorado State with much time. But we talked about the size advantage they have on the perimeter with these receivers. And watch this. Back shoulder fade.
Yeah.
And then once he catches it, it's just a bigger man trying to be tackled by a smaller man. It's physics, Ron Thula.
That's exactly.
Which I didn't do well in school.
No.
But right there, you can see it's working. Big man versus small man, big man wins.
That's only his second catch. Butler dances his way, slips a couple of tackles inside the 10 down to the 6.
I tell you, man, that young man is in the zone. He is in the zone right now. Colorado State cannot stop the bleeding.
Already has his 5th 100-yard game rushing. Got it tonight. tell you, he is so elusive, and he's only a sophomore.
And not a big body, but a strong body. Runs strong in between the tackles, breaks arm tackles. You love a back that can do that.
You know, when we met him on Monday, Butler, they listed him at 5'9", 200. I understand the 5'9", but the 200, I didn't think he was that big, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he sure runs like a big back. Able to make the first guy miss, can run through arm tackles, accelerates through the hole well. We've seen the top end speed to take it the distance, the vision, the power. To see him finish, if he's the one that finishes off this drive here.
Now they've got 1st and goal with 1:45 to play in the contest. Ball on the 7-yard line. Butler in the backfield again. And they're just letting the clock run down.
Smart football.
Why not? Here's Butler. Stacked up at the line. No place to go, and the Rams cover him up. No gain on the play. Clock running with 1:18 left in the contest.
And this Colorado State D has stiffened up well when they've needed to. If I'm Colorado State, Ref got a little wordy right there, didn't he? Sorry, Mr. Ref. But if I'm Colorado State, I'm going to make the field goal kicker for Nevada beat me. You're not going to score a touchdown here. They're going to bow up here and try to keep them out of the end zone. I'm going to make your kicker make a high-pressure kick to win a football game. That's my mentality right now from a defensive player for Colorado State.
Well, Jackson, as you mentioned, the helmet is off. He's probably not going to be playing anymore tonight.
Yeah, when you see that helmet taken away from a player, he's done for the night. Gloves are off, too.
Well, in addition to over 2,000 live exclusive games, Campus Insiders features original award-winning video programming, including The Seth Davis Show and The Feed. From intimate interviews with star athletes, coaches, and prominent entertainers to the lighter side where pop culture and college sports collide. Segments of The Seth Davis Show and The Feed are available now on CampusInsiders.com. 2nd down and goal. Ball still on the 7-yard line. Butler in the backfield. Butler inside the 5, maybe down to the 4-yard line. Clock is going to be stopped with 1:13 to play. Colorado State calling the timeout. That'll be their final timeout. Once again, you can go to AmericanSportsNet.com/play. And we have one more question for you that you'd be able to vote on, and it's the obvious one. Who's going to be the MVP of this bowl game? Nick Stevens in Seau, but will it be Brett Zuzo, who could kick his 4th field goal of the night, which would be a game winner? See, his name's not on there.
Not yet.
Well, Butler, 23 carries, 185 yards tonight. The 77-yarder was the huge one. He has carried the offensive load as Nevada has rushed tonight for 222 yards. They've passed for 239, about as balanced as you can get. But now they face 3rd down and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. Butler inside the 5, powering his way, reaching for the touchdown. Touchdown, Nevada.
So you asked who the MVP was, huh?
Yeah, I think we just answered that bad boy. His 10th rushing touchdown of the year, and this is pure effort.
Pure effort. You talked about his size. He runs like a man much bigger than what his height and weight is listed as. And you love a young back with a nose for the end zone. Knows where it is, sniffs it out, and will not be denied. You see him thanking the man above. He's had a fantastic night. Just a sophomore. Part of that 2-headed monster. Jackson injured. Butler finishing the job. And an excellent drive. A little blitzkrieg style of offense for Nevada.
Well, they're going to go for 2, but before that, let's look at the touchdown again.
Usually they're in the pistol. They put the back offset, keeps a linebacker out of the box. Takes the inside handoff, and it's just effort. Offensive line coming off. They deserve as much praise as Butler does, because they've given him some running lanes tonight. Both of those young men, they've given them both some running lanes. Offensive line has done a heck of a job in this football game.
The Union, the offensive line for Nevada, has done an outstanding job. Nevada has lost 3 straight bowl games. The last win came versus Boston College in 2011. Trying to move their record to 7-6 on the season. But you look at the fact they are 6-6. 3 losses were by 7 points or less this year, and that really ate at Coach Polian. But now will Rashard Hollywood Higgins come up with a big play and try to salvage the win for Colorado State. But first, the 2-point conversion.
Because Colorado State's going to get this, their offense is going to get this ball back with under a minute in this game.
And no timeouts.
They got to have something dialed up over there right now. They got to be holding up, getting some stuff together.
Butler not going to get it. So the score will remain 28-23, 1:06 to play in the ball game. Colorado State will have it after the kickoff, and they will have no timeouts remaining. James Butler gave Nevada the lead. Can they hold on to it? I like James Butler giving some credit to his offensive line sitting all around him. Jacob Henry, number 79, sitting there. Ziad Daminawi, number 77. That's the first thing he did as we were watching during the break, is giving credit to his O-line.
Because you can't do it by yourself, man.
No.
I played the position, and that's the best feeling in the world, is when you and your boys put together a big drive like that, put yourselves up late in the game where you could possibly win it, and you go sit next to those big old uglies, and you just love on them a little bit. You love loving on them big old offensive linemen because they open those holes up for you. Love to see that relationship between running back and offensive line.
Here is Kevin Nutt Jr. looking for any kind of running room, gets over the 25 up to the 27-yard line. 59 seconds left to play. Penalty flag is thrown. No timeouts for Colorado State.
Number 25, 10-yard penalty.
Wow.
First down.
That was against Joe Hansley. I think that's the second penalty on him tonight.
No timeouts, under a minute left, and you're backed up 10 yards. You're going to get the ball here, it looks like, at the inside the 10-yard line.
And once again, they're not really a throwing team. When they've been successful putting up 461 yards tonight, 222 have been through the rush.
And let's watch how they roll the secondary coverage to wherever number 82 was lined up, because they got to go about 88 yards in under a minute with no timeouts. Let's see how they bracket 82.
4-man rush. Stevens caught up over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Jordan Vaden. That's his first catch of the evening.
This one, guys like Jordan Vaden got to eat. You know they're looking for 82.
That's right.
Vaden, you're going to get man-to-man coverage, brother. All your other receivers going to get man-to-man. You got to get open.
Pass caught again up over the 40 to the 44-yard line. Stephen Walker, his first catch of the year, of the game.
Best catch of the night.
By far.
Best catch of the night right there.
47 seconds left to play. 7th different receiver to catch a pass. Stevens corralled as he throws it. Incomplete, but that will stop the clock. Let's go back to the catch by Walker.
There's Jones on that edge rush, but let's watch that again. Best catch. This is a dropped ball in the NFL. That's a tough catch. Back shoulder pirouette in the air, find the ball, and he's not a small guy. Receivers have a hard time bringing that catch in. You see a big fella like that, tight end bringing it in.
Stevens rolls away from Sayal, dumps it off to Higgins. Gets to the 50. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to play. How he got out of bounds is beyond me, because it didn't look like he was going to make it.
Well, he had to work to get out there, too. They know they have no timeouts left. Time is not their friend. You catch this, there's nothing there. Get to the white paint.
Now Higgins on the near side. Clock about to run. We've got movement. First, Nevada jumped off sides, and then the right side of that line, Sam Carlson also moved for Colorado State. And everybody's pointing at everybody.
Offside. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty, resulting in a first down.
That's Lenny Jones.
Oh, Ron, we wanted a good one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It's going to come down to it.
You know, and you and I were talking yesterday, and you look at all the bowl games, this was probably going to be the most competitive when you really look at outside of obviously the semifinals, but this was going to be the most competitive.
And there's nothing better than a good bowl game, a good season-ending game. You don't ever want to see a blowout. I don't care what game you're watching.
Exactly.
You want to see a very good, hard-fought football game where both teams are in it to the end.
4 wide receivers set. Stevens throws incomplete. Pass was intended for Walker again.
And Walker,
31 seconds to play.
Walker giveth, and he taketh away. That one right through his hands. Caught the tough one. That one zips right through the fingertips. A lot of steam on that ball from Stevens. Fortunately, the clock has stopped. They have got to get the ball into the blue paint.
Now Jordan Vaden, top of your screen. They're giving him about 8 yards of cushion. Higgins is on the near side. Stevens straight drop, goes over the middle. That'll be a first down to Dawkins coming out of the backfield, and the clock should stop for a second. And it does with 23 to play.
Dawkins is a tough guy, man. He's out there fighting it. Went out a little nicked up, comes in and makes a tough catch over the middle.
He'll put it up in the air again, over the middle again, and that'll be another first down. And complete to Walker again.
And that clock temporarily stops. Let's see how fast they can get on the line of scrimmage, get this play called, and be ready to go when those chains stop.
Stevens throws into the flat. Pass is caught by Vaden. Stays in bounds.
Spike it. They got to kill it.
They're not going to have time. 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Wow.
What a ball game. Outstanding game. Obviously, the motion for Lenny Jones as his career comes to an end. Coach Bobo was looking to become the first Colorado State head coach to get 8 wins in his first season. Comes up a little bit short, but boy, what a finish. Vaden made a nice catch, couldn't get out of bounds. There was only 7 seconds on the clock, and there was no way they could stop it.
I think Vaden may have lost himself a bit where he was on the field at the time. He didn't know he was that close to the sideline, got a couple extra yards, but great football game regardless.
Let's go down to Shea, standing by with Coach Polian. Shea.
Well, Coach, you joked you only had 1 shot at it. Second shot, you got the W. What did it come down to in this one?
Really just our conviction, our character. For us to go down and run the ball down the field, and James Butler played out of his mind. It wasn't pretty on defense the whole night, but when we needed to make a play, our kids found a way. I'm just so proud of our guys.
You said special teams was going to be an X factor in this one, and it did result in the touchdown. What was the message to your players after that?
We won the special teams today, and that was going to be the X factor in the game. The missed extra point kind of haunted us, but the kickoff return for a touchdown, and really, I felt like we covered very well today. And again, all the credit to our assistant coaches and to our kids. This was a hell of a job by our guys.
First kickoff return for a touchdown since 1998, so very exciting. Coach Polian, congrats. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
You know, hanging around this team the last couple of days, they're really a tight-knit group, quite a family. They're more of a grinded out kind of, if you're looking for go to a school that has an iPod docking station in your locker room, you're not going to find it at Nevada. What you're going to find is a very tight family led by their head coach.
Blue collar.
Very much so.
You know what you're going to get, blue collar. And, you know, you spend this much time, because bowl games, you know, we come in a few days early.
Yep.
We don't just come in the night before or 2 days before. We're in here, and we get to meet the coaches and the SIDs, and we see the families, and we see the kids. And you watch a game like this, and even though we're neutral, you still feel a little emotion for that Colorado State team. But then you also feel some happiness for Coach Polian and that Nevada football team to be able to pull it out and get it done here and see the way they win a tight, close game like this. And I tell you, man, it brings back memories. This old body of mine, Ron Thulin, want to get out there and run a couple plays, man, I tell you.
Well, James Butler was a star tonight, 24 carries, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 77-yard scamper. He was the difference, as Coach Polian talked about.
Inside, outside, tough runs, making guys miss, blocked well when he was asked to, the vision, the power, the speed. We saw that power on that touchdown run where he drags defenders. And right here you see the speed. He gets through the hole untouched. Offensive line does an excellent job. And Butler does the rest, turns on the Jets. I tell you, man, he has got a bright future for this Wolfpack team, and they can hang their hat on their running game for number 20 for the next couple of years.
Well, I think we got our MVP, and he is standing by now with Shay.
Yeah, I got James Butler here. James, your coach said you played out of your mind tonight. His quote, not mine. What was working for you?
Just my offensive line was working for me, really. And I got to give it to Don. You know, we went through the season. We went through ups and downs. And I just told him this game's for all him and all the seniors. You know, it's sad. But we went out on a high note for me and him last game to get together.
James, thanks so much for the time. Good luck with everything going forward.
And I just want to give it to the Arizona Bowl. You guys treated us awesome. We really appreciate it, and we'd love it to go back to Tucson.
Okay, how about that? Guys, back up to you.
And we would agree with that. And obviously his compadre Don Jackson hurt tonight. Only 53 yards, had 8 carries in the ball game. But we had a chance to see 2 1,000-yard rushers, and they end up winning 28-23.
What a class act by Butler, man. We talked about, people raved about how good of a young man and how mature he is just to be so young. You hear it there. You had a game of played his butt off, had the game of his life, and he wants to thank the Arizona Bowl and his offensive line. Great young man.
Well, that wraps it up. Once again, the final score. Congratulations to Nevada, 28-23 over Colorado State. And thanks to all our friends at Nova Home Loans and CampusInsiders.com. For more live broadcast features and information, go to CampusInsiders.com. This has been an exclusive presentation of Silver Chalice Ventures on Campus Insiders and 120 Sports.